welcome to our Honolulu Community Kitchen. My name is Cece and I am the Community Outreach Team Leader for Down to Earth. Very excited today to show you how to cook one of my favorite comfort foods. This is vegan scalloped potatoes. So it's a super easy recipe, but it's so creamy and delicious and comforting, and I hope you're gonna love it as well. So obviously, main ingredient is our potatoes. I'm using a Yukon Gold potato just because I really love how creamy it is, and I love how the starch kind of cooks into the liquid and makes that creaminess. So I prefer to use the Yukon Gold, but you can use whatever potato you may have lying around the house. So I'm just trying to slice them very thinly, and that also helps with the actual cooking process. The thicker you slice them, the longer it's going to take to cook, but I prefer them to be nice and thin. If you have a mandolin, you can use a mandolin or some other kind of contraption. There are so many different tools these days that you can use. And now that we're done with the potatoes, we're also going to dice our onion. So you may need to get ready for some tears. So I like to just move, if you want to get another chopping board, you can get another chopping board, or just move your potatoes to the side. And now we're going to make our sauce, and this is the best part of the vegan scalloped potatoes. The sauce is so creamy and cheesy. I love it. And you can actually use this sauce for a number of different baked dishes like casseroles or anything that you want to use a creamy sauce for. Okay, so the first thing we're going to put in are our soaked cashews. So you can soak these overnight, or if you're short on time, you can put them in boiling water for about 15 minutes and it'll have the same effect as soaking them overnight. I'm using coconut milk because I like that coconut flavor, but if you want to use oat milk or a soy milk or even a hemp milk, you can choose whatever milk you would like to use. Then I'm going to put in some veggie broth and then a little bit of arrowroot starch. If you don't have arrowroot starch, you can also use cornstarch or tapioca flour. Just popping in some arrowroot starch, and this will really help to thicken the sauce. And then a little bit of cayenne pepper for a little kick. It's not a huge kick. If you don't want to include this, you can keep it out as well. And then some nutritional yeast, and this is what gives that delicious cheesy flavor. And then a little bit of Hawaiian salt and onion powder and also garlic powder. Okay, now we're just going to blend it all together. Might get a little noisy. Okay, now the consistency looks really runny, but when you actually bake it, the arrowroot starch will be activated and it will start to thicken the sauce. Okay, this is the fun part where you get to put together your scalloped potatoes. Assembly is always fun because it starts to actually look like a dish that you will enjoy eating. I'm going to layer the potato slices on the bottom first. You can use any baking dish you like. I pre-greased this one. And then I'm gonna layer about half of the onion, and then I'm going to pour half the sauce over. And then I'm going to put the rest of the onion and another layer of potato. And once I've put the final layer of potato over, I'm going to pour the rest of my sauce onto the potato, or as much as I can. And then I'm going to stick it in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour. So while the potatoes are baking in the oven, now is a good time to chop some parsley. You can also use any herb that you have that you like. Just going to grab the potatoes out of the oven now. We're just going to add some garnish onto our potatoes. And here's our final masterpiece, our vegan scalloped potatoes. They smell so good. Can't wait for you to try this recipe. And if you're looking for more recipes, make sure to check out our website, downtoearth.org. Thanks for cooking with us.